Do you understand that currently you are being recorded for a psychic reading that will be used for promotional purposes on my website, on social media, all that jazz?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you also understand that psychic readings are for entertainment purposes only, and you should completely indemnify and hold harmless me, my agents, my heirs, and my assignees in perpetuity?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, that's all we needed to get into. So, Jesse, just for the audience's sake, for anybody listening to this, I am Psychic Mike, and you entered into a Facebook contest to have a 10-minute reading with me, in exchange for me being able to use this promotionally. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, Jesse, and the reason that I'm doing this, love, is to obviously, like I said, give people an idea of what a reading with me might be like. So, Jesse, I'm going to treat this exactly the same as I would as if you had paid for a 10-minute reading through the website, and we're just going to kind of have a nice casual conversation, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's kind of hop into things here, Jesse. Typically, whenever people show interest in a psychic reading, it's because they have an interest in kind of one area of their life. What would you say that area or that subject is for you, darling?
My relationship.
Your relationship? All right, and tell me a little bit about your relationship.
I have a daughter. I have a boyfriend who I have a daughter with,
Okay,
and been with him for almost 4 years,
definitely.
and we live together.
Mm-hmm.
And things have been pretty rough in
Yeah,
the last year or so.
definitely.
Not getting along, and there was a lot of lying going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if that's something that's still happening.
Gotcha, gotcha. And Jesse, just for anybody listening's sake, this lying that we're talking about, we are talking about cheating, correct? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It cut off for a second.
Oh, okay. I was saying this lying that we're talking about, Jesse, we are talking about cheating, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now, Jesse, to your knowledge, how long did that go on?
Um, I know it went on last summer,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 5 or 6 months.
Okay. Okay. So here's the thing, Jesse. I am always as honest as I can be. I think the best way to help people is by being as honest as humanly possible, even when it's bad news. So when I tell you this, I want you to know that I am on your team, and I'm only telling you this because I want you to succeed and I want you to have the best, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm seeing that this cheating went on for substantially longer than 5 or 6 months. I'm seeing that this has been most of the relationship, not all of it. And to give you the honest truth, darling, as far as right now, whether it's still going on, okay, the honest answer is I'm unsure. But I can tell by looking into the energy between you two that there is still a lot of deception in his energy towards you. I don't think that this is anything that you have done wrong. I don't think that you've done anything to prompt this, but it does seem that a lot of that deception still lives within his energy. So, the reason that I bring that up, okay, is there's essentially two options. There's two ways that you can decide to go. You can either decide that maybe this relationship isn't the best fit, and perhaps you'd like to, move on and explore maybe a different opportunity. Or you can say, you know what, I really do want to try to make things work and I do want to stick things out and I want to see where this goes. The decision is ultimately up to you. But right now, as we sit, this relationship isn't heading in a positive, productive way. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, and from your kind of gut feeling there, Jesse, would you reckon to say that that's accurate? Would you say that that's something that you would be surprised about if you'd found out that the cheating had gone on longer? Would you say that you were kind of expecting that?
I was expecting
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that can be the tricky thing. Let me ask you a question, love. If you could kind of wave a magic wand, okay, and you could
Mhm.
either be entirely out of this relationship with no repercussions, right? He's not going to be upset, your daughter's not going to be affected, nothing would change other than you two would no longer be in the relationship. Or if you could wave a magic wand and things would be better and you two would just be happily in love, and the sort of lying would stop, which would you choose?
Um, I would like to say that I want it to work, but at this point,
Mhm.
I kind of wish that I could just go
Yeah.
into a new path.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I know how difficult these situations can be, Jesse, especially when there's kids involved, so I definitely feel for you. But the good news is you're not alone. There's a lot of people who go through stuff like this. And certainly, like I said, nothing that you did, nothing to be ashamed of. Just one of those situations. Kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it looks like we only used up kind of half of our time with that, Jesse. Is there something else that you'd like to know about, maybe on the relationship front, as some other sort of insider guidance?
Yes. Do you see anything happening with my career?
Gotcha. Okay, and let me ask you a quick question about your career, Jesse. I'm seeing in your career energy there, whatever you're doing currently, it seems so much different than what you wanted to do or what you had really planned to do with your career energy. Talk to me about that difference. What are you doing currently, and what was it that you were really seeking out to try to do?
I went to school for graphic design.
Oh, okay.
Um, I did that for a few years, and then after my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
became a stay-at-home mom.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And now, do you still practice any of the graphic design stuff? In any of your free time? I know raising kids is a full-time job, but do you still get to practice any?
I do. I'm doing photography on the side with a friend.
Oh, how wonderful. That's
Hmm.
awesome. That's really good. So, I'll tell you, Jesse, on kind of the flip side of the relationship, everything that I see in your career energy is actually really good news. It seems to me that you have a naturally hardworking energy. Nothing has ever really come easy to you in life. You've really had to fight for everything that you have. I think a lot more than most people have, and that's kind of put you in this place where you aren't afraid to work, and that's going to fare really, really well for you. If I could make a recommendation, it would be to stick with the photography stuff and maybe take it a little bit more seriously. You have a very modest energy as far as that's concerned. You always think, oh, well, I'm maybe not good enough or I'm maybe, not going to make any money at this. But I don't think that that's the case. I think you've got real potential there, and I think working towards that a little bit more, you would start to see the results almost immediately if you really kind of like sat down and applied yourself. Again, I completely understand with a child, you know what I mean? It's impossible to put that much time into it. But it's definitely something to look into. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. And now, if you don't mind me asking, Jesse, how long have you been doing this photography business with your friend?
Just for the past year.
The past year? Okay. And now, would you say that you two mostly do like graduation photos or wedding photos, or what's the kind of niche there?
Just we've done family photos so far,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
yeah, I mostly take pictures of nature and my daughter and stuff like that too. But
That's really
we're
cool.
doing a wedding this weekend.
Oh wow. Okay, that's actually really really cool. I'd always thought, it's the most wonderful thing in the world when you can combine a profession or something that you make money doing with something that you love. And I can tell at the center of your energy, the center of your universe is that little girl. And so I'm so pleased to hear that you found a way to express yourself and to, kind of express your talent with her. I think that that's a really really neat thing. Like I said, though, if you really kind of put your mind towards making a lot of money with this, that money will come naturally. I'm not implying that you'll be a millionaire, right? Or any, you'll be retiring to the Caymans with your billions. But I do think that you'd make a decent living at it. And I think being your own boss would be very rewarding for you as it would free up more time for your daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. So, as we sit currently, just to give you the kind of psychic side of what I do, I am seeing the photography is taking off for you professionally, and currently I'm seeing this is starting to be in that big upswing towards the end of this year. If you kind of sit down, put mind into it, put effort into it, that could happen a lot sooner, but your natural path will take you to the end of the year. Sound good?
Okay, that does sound good.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Jesse, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you allowing me to do this and to post it on my website and social media and things like that. And I really just want to give you the sincerest thank you for not only letting me
Mm,
do this, but for putting up with all the technical issues getting this going as well. So thank you very much.
thank you. Nice meeting you.